What's up, YouTube? Tom Hart2 here, back from a G.I. Joe video review. Today I'll be reviewing Rock and Roll with a G.I. Joe Ram. Now, these two figures came out. These two toys came out in 1982, which makes it the very first 3 and 4 inch, figures and vehicles that ever came out for G.I. Joe. So this is history. That's 2 years before Transformers or even a thought. So it makes it one of the oldest toys ever came out, ever made by Hasbro. Yeah, and that's of course. When the Ram first came out, it didn't came with a rider like most like the other vehicles did in the time. Yeah, so I basically put Rock and Roll because it was only not 1982 action figure that was available at my old toy shop. I'm trying to keep it within the toy line. That's so I could have a rider displayed on my Ram. That's to try to keep it within the timeline. Yeah. Which we'll take a look at right now. Let's take the motorcycle other side here, as we'll first focus on Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll is Rock and Roll is a heavy machine gunner for GI Joe. Similar like to just like Roadblock and Gun Ho. Although unfortunately Rock and Roll didn't appear in a cartoon as much as as Roblox and Gun Ho did, which is very unfortunate because I think because I like the character. Yeah, the details on him is kind of bland, but you gotta make sure this is a 1982 figure. So yeah, and I really dig the detail of the bandoliers on his chest, which goes around the figure's body. Hell, I mean, that gives him a good character. And it does look like sort of a bandolier. You see more heavy like Kiss would wear on the performance. Cool. Yeah, and and Rock and Roll does have a helmet, which it can be removed. As a look at him without the helmet on, has nice detail. Hell, not much detail on the hair strands. Not much, on the ears themselves. What I do like the head sculpt they put on this figure. Yeah. Detail on the nose here, but I personally prefer him with the helmet on because that's pretty much how he is seen in the cartoon. Rock and Roll is seen in the cartoon series. And the helmet is secured very tight, so you don't have any trouble having it come loose and falling off. And that came out in 1982, so I don't know why they Hasbro couldn't do the same with G.I. Joe Spy Troops Iron Grenadier figure, which his helmet doesn't secure his head on at all. It keeps falling off. Yeah, I think if you could have a helmet that can fit on the figure's head tightly and securely, back in 1982, how come they couldn't do that in 2003 in a 2003 figure? Yeah, don't make sense, Hasbro. Yeah, but back to the action figure. The detail in the pants, not much exciting except for I got two pockets on the legs, probably for storing his magazines or extra ammo. Yeah, as far as articulation, Rock and Roll's head can move side to side. His arms can fully rotate 360 degrees. You can move out, in, and bend at the elbow, but no arm swivel. Of course, the later version of the Rock Roll action figure in 1984 did include the arm swivel, but because mine does not, that is proof that this is indeed the original 1982 action figure, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, waist can swivel from side to side. Yeah, base, back bend up, bend down, move side to side. Legs can move forward to the side, and then you got bend the knee. And that is it for his articulation, for sure. Now, Rock and Roll does come with only one gun, one very huge gun. Wouldn't be Rock and Roll without carrying that. It's this huge, machine gun. Looks like a Browning, but I'm not really sure on that. But I do like the about a detail, for the gun itself. Yeah, the detail on the barrel itself. You can see a little trigger on the handle. Yeah, a little target sight on the barrel itself. Very well done and sculpted. Yeah, and it comes with a little bipod, which is a little tiny peg that'll hook onto this little hole on top, which is only secures loosely, which is very loose. Yeah, now this is definitely this bipod right here is the most easily lost piece, perhaps in all GI Joe. So if you have the Rock and Roll action figure already, you want to be careful. This little bipod, that you can easily lose it, and you can see why, because it doesn't, and it could wobble, and eventually it's going to fall down off its hinge. Oh yeah, I'm very scared of this. I'm not losing this thing. Of course, I can't handle it. Of course, that gun can fit in. Of course, Rock and Roll can hold this gun very nicely, but because of his lack of an elbow swivel, yeah, it really hampers his articulation. If you want to make a more realistic pose, basically the best you could do is have him have him hold one big honking gun with only one arm, or like Terminator fashion. Yeah, which is okay with me. I think it looks cool, but it's not really realistic. So if you want any realistic poses with this figure, pretty much out of luck on that. And we'll pause this review for a moment as we'll read Rock and Roll's file card. Yeah. Which I had a copy from YoJoe.com. Which reads, Rock and Roll was a surfer in Malibu prior to enlistment. He was also a weightlifter and played bass guitar in local and rock bands. Is familiar with all NATO and Warsaw packed light and heavy machine guns. Graduated advanced infantry training, tough class. Specialized training, Culver Ops School. There we go. Do a size comparison. Let's bring out cross country here. Yeah, and we'll throw in another vintage figure, Leatherneck. As you see, he's for. As you see, he's not quite as tall as the later vintage GI Joe figures. Yeah, but it's all right. He's what it's all started. And now we're focused on. Now we're done with rock and roll for a moment. Now we're done with showing off rock and roll. Now we're going to focus on his vehicle, which is the GI Joe Ram. Which Ram stands for rapid fire motorcycle. Which I don't know where they get the F at. But yeah, well that's what it stands for. Rapid fire motorcycle. Yeah, and this is a real classic because this is one of the first vehicles ever made. And for a time, this is quite a good. Lots of detail on this motorcycle. You got a nice headlights, although not painted. Most of the GI Joe vehicles aren't. So yeah, nice detail all on the suspension of the wheel of the front wheel, which by the way does turn from side to side, which is very nicely done. And I really do love the detail of the treads of the tread marks. Which looks a little bit worn out, but to me that makes it look better. Makes it look more like a motorcycle that's been been used. Yeah, nice. And also got great detail on the engine itself. And of course you got the sidecar. There's all these toupees right here. Yeah, of course, which has a very large machine gun barrel, which unfortunately doesn't turn at all. Now I'll get the figure on. First, we'll take a look at his little cool looking gauges. Of course, his bike also doesn't have any handlebars, but this is 1982, so I'll let that slide. Yeah, and of course I got the tail lights on the back. Yeah, some of the exhaust pipes. Although they're kind of of course it's basically looks like it's one pie that's basically been cut in half, make it. No, but that's alright. It's 80s toys construction. Now to get the figure on. Yeah, there are two. There's no pegs to secure the feet on. Basically, you gotta basically you gotta bend these knees a little bit. Try to fit on these two bars. Help stabilize help secure the legs. Yeah, it makes it easier to kick the sidecar off. Yeah, and basically, put and even though they don't have any handlebars, basically you gotta put the figure inside the cab, make sure that's to make it look like there's handlebars inside of it, so that you can have them to steer it. And of course, tips. Sidecar back on. Yeah, that's pretty much how you get the figure on the bike itself. Of course, you can remove the sidecar if you don't want it, or hold these two little pegs. Of course, because it's a very old toy. Age has made these two pegs very loose, so they have a tendency to drop off. So if you don't like the sidecar, you can just have it like a motorbike. There's a little kickstand on the bottom. You can just flip up. Have your Ram cycle display like this. And of course, it has a couple saddlebags, which also easy removed. Of course, nice wood. Of course, nothing exciting. It's turnover. It's just a hollow plastic. With some pretty decent detail. Yeah, I like the vents. Yeah, vents and stuff. So. Yeah. This is of course, attach this sidecar back on. There's two pegs, like I told you. So mine is severely loose. Mainly too, this is a very old toy. Yeah, from years of being taken off and on, made these not secure as well. Yeah, and you can, and if you want, you can fit a more modern, GI Joe figure. Like we'll take, Snake Eyes right here. Yeah, so we'll remove the sidecar for a bit. We'll put Snake Eyes in the bike. Yeah, it does work. Yeah, and you attach the sidecar back on. Yeah, now you got a more. Now you got Snake Eyes from GI Joe Renegades riding on the GI Joe Ram cycle. Yeah, and that's pretty. So yeah, this is a very cool little classic toy. Although the gimmick is not very exciting compared to the vehicles that came out after, but it's still a very cool little toy. Yeah, and what I like about this is it is perfect. It is good in scale with the other Joe vehicles like the All Striker. And yes, I'm going to call it the All Striker because that's what it is. It's like the repaint. Yeah. So yeah, this is this is a good vehicle, a great scale with the other Joe vehicles. And we're gonna do a size comparison on another motorcycle like Leo 1. The Ram cycle is a couple inches taller than that. So that's pretty much it for my video review on on Rock and Roll and the Ram Cycle. Yeah, my final thoughts is if you're a true GI Joe fan, yeah, then this is a vehicle you need in your collection. I mean, this is where it all started. I mean, you got. I mean, collecting too many collecting the modern figures isn't enough. You gotta get the originals. If you're a true if you truly collect GI Joe figures, you got to get the originals. Yeah, and that's where it all started. So if you don't have a Ram Cycle in your collection, you're not a real GI Joe fan. So, oh, sorry for collectors. Yeah, you're not a real GI Joe fan unless you have the original Ram Cycle in your collection. So, yeah, I absolutely pick this up. Yeah. And that's it for my video review for for Rock and Roll and the Ram Cycle. If you like this video, please throw me a subscription. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.